Hopefully this one's to go.
Y'all should take a picture in front of that.
Do it like step back a little.
I was thinking that.
In front of what? Right there. In front of what?
Hey, y'all live.
We always get a picture at the end of it. Go on our Instagram, and we'll get you to sign the wall before you leave.
Both.
Oh, I'm doing both.
Y'all live.
Do just video on it. Do just video on it. Alright, so now I gotta play.
You can see the video on there.
Yeah, if this next song goes off, we'll be going on. After the song goes off, start the mics.
Yeah, I'm going to go live on Facebook.
Yeah, go ahead and start the live on Facebook.
Do you want me to adjust this?
Yeah, you can adjust that however you need to adjust it. You can just like my friend, whatever you need to do it. What else? That's it. This is my job.
What'd you do a show last night?
Bro, I quit my job over. It's been at least 2 years at least. I'm doing music full time. So I took it right out. Sorry, dude. This picture right. You said it's a little crooked. You can't move it. I tried to angle it down some. There we go. Check. Man, y'all already know what it is, man. It's DJ Nike at the Kentucky Plug, and right now y'all tuned in to GrinderSoundRadio.com. I got a very special guest in the building today. Damn, why does my mic sound like this? I don't know. My mic sound weird to y'all? Yeah? I don't know. My mic sounds weird to me, y'all, but I don't know. Like I said, man, it's DJ Nike at Live S6. I got a very special guest in the building. I got my own girl, DaNae Winters, is in the building. How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Good. Here, go ahead. Here, you want me to fix that mic?
A little bit.
Here, I'm gonna come over. I'm gonna fix that mic. I'm gonna get your mic straight for you. Let me get this going in the background. I think you did the wrong mic. You did something too loud. Do it like that way. More towards you now. All right, y'all. So we got a big show today. Today we got a question of the day. We also got another person that needs my expertise on relationship advice and stuff like that. So it's gonna be a little interesting. I guess we'll go ahead and jump right on into it. DaNae, I'll go ahead and let you introduce yourself to everybody that's tuned in. You can give a little background info about yourself and let them know more about you.
Sure. My name's DaNae Winters. I've lived mostly in Lexington, Kentucky. I consider myself a Lexingtonian, as they call it. Classically trained musician, and kind of transferring that into my solo career and my album coming out soon.
I feel that. So about what time did you start doing music, at what age?
I started about 8, just doing piano.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah.
You still know how to play piano?
Oh yes,
Okay.
I'm a composer too, so I know how to write it as well.
That's dope. So at what age did you say you really kind of started taking your own career serious? Like, okay, this is what I want to do. I'm going to focus on this and try to make something out of this.
Well, I moved out at 18, and then when I got into my 20s was when I finally got into a place where music could finally be a part of my life again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you first move out, it's a lot of work, and you're trying to become independent. So when I got into my 20s, I was like, this music, all right, let's get it. I gotta get this music going.
I feel that. Would you say anybody else in your family has any like musical talent, or was you kind of like the first person to like kind of really venture off into music?
I'm kind of the first one to do solo career as far as that goes.
Okay.
Growing up, I have 5 brothers and sisters. Well, 3 brothers and 1 sister.
So you got a nice little size family.
Yeah. But we were all trained from viola to cello to piano to violin. So, but I guess I'm the first one to kind of take it a little bit further than that.
I feel that. Another question I always ask artists when they come up here is more so in Lexington, you know, you got kind of 2 audiences here, you know. You have your locals, of course, and then you have like a college crowd and stuff like that. And a lot of times people say here is a lack of support, and it's more so because they cater to one crowd other than both crowds. Do you see that as a challenge with your career, being able to target both audiences, or is that something that it's never really crossed your mind?
There's 2 points to that. One is within Lexington, there are a small amount of genres that get a little more ears than other genres. So being that I do a little bit of ambience and avant pop, it's not so much a common genre in Lexington. But I definitely think that it also is a plus because I have a little bit of an advantage in that area as being like a unique sound that comes about in Lexington, so people are like, oh, what's that? I kind of hear it. So maybe it's an opportunity. It's both a complication because people may not be open to it, but then it's also a positive, so people may be open to it as well. Okay,
that's interesting. So far in your career, what would you say is probably like one of the biggest challenges that you face being a female artist in Lexington, Kentucky?
You have to do it all yourself.
Oh yeah, of course.
If you're doing it yourself, you get a lot more voice into it. But it also challenges where you have to grab a hold of the reins. You have to control lyrically, musically, what direction you're going in. So there's more responsibility, but it's also a plus to get more reward from taking control of it. So as far as Lexington, again, where it's maybe not be a large genre that is mostly known, but being able to take a hold of those reins and maybe be a main voice in it is kind of a good step.
Yeah. Well, seems like you got your nice little support staff here. You got you teamed up with my dog Justin right here, man. I've known Justin for a minute. How did y'all even link up together? How did that even come about?
I met her through when I started the Vita Amorosa Entertainment Group. We had a promoter who brought her to me and said, this is a great singer. They went to California together to find gigs together. And then she hit me up saying she was ready to get started on a project. And as a producer, I'm always looking for the next musician that says they're ready to get moving. So I told her to come on through, and we started working on music right away. I showed her the stuff I already make, because I make psychedelic trap, EDM, all of that. And then we just ended up merging our styles together. So now we have an orchestral sound, because she likes to use the live instruments, and really working with her taught me a lot about music.
Live instrumentation, man, it's something you don't really see a lot of now in today's production. You know, everybody's more so on the digital side of everything and stuff like that. So it's kind of like a breath of fresh air to hear live instrumentation and music again. It's dope. Would you say that being able to play instruments and stuff like that, would you say that's kind of like really more so what made you go into being an artist, other than just kind of like being a musician, or just being able to just play instruments?
It definitely helps when you have a musical background. It's not so much a one-up, but as much as a larger opportunity, which is kind of a blessing to be able to play instruments and then kind of incorporate them. Because, you know, you want to think of your voice as an instrument, but when you can bring 2 instruments together, it's this magical moment that happens.
Plus learning, like, actual music theory always helps out. Oh
yeah, of course. Being able to have just that kind of like little background or whatever, and just kind of have a trained ear for what's appealing in music.
I started off on saxophone in 5th grade. I just learned everything over the time.
Oh yeah, of course. Would you say when you learned piano, were you getting lessons, or was it self-taught, or?
Lessons.
Lessons, okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I took lessons back in the day. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I took lessons. I still dibble and dabble in it every once in a while. So ain't nothing wrong with that. Real quick though, we about to go ahead and get into our number 9 slot. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in right now on the TuneIn Radio app. Everybody that's watching us live on Facebook and on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure that y'all hit that subscribe button and get in the comment section. If you're watching on Facebook, make sure you also hit a like button or something like that. Drop a comment. Right now we're going to get into the number 9 slot. My man's Ayo Batman with Heavy. When we come back, we got more from my homegirl, DaNae Winters. Stay tuned.
Woo! Good job, guys.
I tried to use this because this one was baby was still, so I believe the pictures got to I use this one. I got one segment and then this one. But that was
I don't need pictures at all. That's what I'm saying. Pictures.
no, I'm talking about what was over. It was just everything I could do, but it's full now. So I'm gonna have to.
Got some good questions. I had to jump up there and grab my mind to wrap around those questions.
Are you good?
Were you able to find the folder that the music was in on there?
Which? That's what I was gonna ask you. Which folder? Is it just in this music folder?
Yeah, music. There's 3 of hers, and if you want to play one of my stuff, it's in Just Chris. Like mainly it's her stuff. And
You can share the video on your page as well, because it tags you on Facebook, but they can watch it.
You'll be able to tune in from that or whatever, and you can monitor the comments too over on the air. I don't know where the hell Darren is at, or Shelby.
Shelby said she wasn't gonna be here today, man.
Oh, that's right, yeah, Shelby just said it. She just said it yesterday. Tell us hi, I can't remember shit.
That's funny.
Well,
That's dope as
That's
fuck.
my song.
Alright, y'all.
I do like that.
Alright, y'all, we back. That right there was the number 9 slot. My man's Ayo Batman coming all the way from Chicago with Heavy. That record right there is doing numbers, so make sure that y'all keep letting us get some feedback on that record. Let us know, man, if y'all want to see that record move up on the countdown, or let us know what y'all think about it. So, like I said, I got DaNae Winters in the building. She brought some exclusives with her as well, so we're going to definitely get into those a little later on. Right now, I guess we'll go ahead and jump on into our first person that needs our help. This right here is a submission from the relationship forum. This person, I guess they chose to remain anonymous, so they wrote in as the name Confused. It's a different little age range right here. You know, I've never dealt with this age range. I'm going to read to y'all what it says. It says, I am in my mid-50s. I'm a female looking for a serious relationship to eventually lead to marriage. I just find it crazy out there, though. She said, thought this might be a good place to get some advice from others in my shoes about how to figure out this crazy world that we live in when it comes to dating. Alright, so first thing I'm going to say is if you're in your 50s and you're a woman and you're still looking to find you some love, whatever, you've lived a little bit. So by now, hopefully the guys that you're meeting and stuff like that and potential partners that you are meeting, hopefully they've lived a little bit and they've got all the little craziness out of their system as well. I wish my co-host was here, Miss Chichity Bang Bang, because I feel like this is a question that's more so targeted for female advice. But I'm gonna do my best here to try to help you out. I don't know. When you're in your 50s, like I said, it's a time where you should already kind of be settled in life, kind of know where you at and what you're expecting out of that. So I feel like looking for a relationship in your 50s, you need to be definitely make sure that the communication is there between you and your potential partners. Make sure that you are making it clear what you want out of the situation, and make sure that they're going to be able to provide you with what you want out of that situation. Now that right there is my, I'm going to say, my commercial answer. That's going to be my commercial response to that. I'm not going to give you the other response that I really want to give to that question, but I ain't going to do it because my co-host ain't here. Because we'd have fun if she was here with this question, with this little topic right here. Is there any advice that y'all got for her with this?
Find somebody that doesn't want kids, for one.
Yeah.
I may be
Sure.
a little biased, but if you, I'm kind of thinking of my mom. She likes to go out and see music, and it's good. Like-minded people, like music, kind of helps the brain, so it kind of relaxes the mind. Maybe find someone
kind of find somebody that kind of into like the same interests as you. You know, I feel like that with no matter what age group it is, that should always be the case. Make sure you find somebody that y'all have similarities with, have things in common with, so y'all always have something to talk about. That's one thing I see a lot of nowadays in relationships. A lot of people, they run out of stuff to talk about with that person, so the communication aspect of it is completely gone after so long because they spend so much time, especially in our generation, with us texting all the time and stuff like that. It's like, damn, if I'm texting you all day, 24 hours, when I finally do get off work or whatever and I really want to talk to you, we done talked about everything then. It ain't no how's my day going, because you know how my day went. So
that
it's
instant
like
gratification.
Yeah. So definitely make sure that you have somebody that you can actually carry a nice conversation with about things that y'all are both interested in. So later on we're gonna get into our question of the day. Our question of the day was actually a submission as well. Anybody else that needs any type of relationship advice or anything like that, feel free to write us. You can write into the email grandashinebusiness@gmail.com. Just put submission in the subject field and I'll read through it, and if it's something that we feel like that should get on the air, then you know we'll bring it up on the air and try to help y'all out with it. Like I said, man, I'm getting back into the music. So Miss DaNae, you know, a lot of artists, when they get into the music business, they have certain goals that they want to reach. They always have their eyes on certain things. You know, certain artists want to win certain Grammy nominations. Certain artists want to perform in certain venues and want to travel to different places with their craft. What are some of those goals that you have that you're looking to accomplish?
Well, first, I'm a Sagittarius, so we have this wandering soul about us. And so I guess I kind of have that stereotypical, I want to take my music wherever the wind blows. And I love for people to hear music because it's something that it through our daily lives, it runs through pretty much everything we do. When we want to relax, when we want to get excited, we want to have a good day, we go towards music. So basically, the opportunity to share that, as long as I'm doing that, and let's be honest, it's also part of a business. So you want to be able to live while you're doing what you love. So as long as I get to do that and travel wherever, you know, it's always a good thing.
That's dope. Is there any like specific places that you're looking to travel to? Any certain like countries or just states or anywhere in the world?
South Korea and Japan.
South Korea and Japan.
I want to go.
That's dope.
Spread it across the globe. Let's go.
I want to go to Japan as well, man. I heard some great things about Japan, so I'm definitely interested in getting out there and seeing what their culture's like. We actually have some listeners out there overseas as well, so shout out to Japan. If Japan's tuned in right now, just know DaNae says she's coming. I might tag along, so you never know, man. Justin, man, any like career goals or anything that you have set that you want to see your artists achieve?
I want to see her performing with any and everybody. I want to see her traveling. I want to be able to introduce her to name like top musicians and see them come up to her and say that they're a fan of her music, they're a fan of her work. I want somebody that we've never seen from across the globe run up to her saying, I need your autograph, I've been listening to you all week. That, because if they're listening to her, they're listening to me too, you know.
Of course. Of course. So you said you got like an entertainment agency and everything like that, like a company. Who else is a part of this company?
So right now it's Vida Amorosa and the Bass Cartel. We're not really focused on the Vida Amorosa, but the Bass Cartel is me, my co-CEO Tyler McCone, he goes by Tico. I got my producer Macon Melly over there that I'm over here training him. And then I don't know if anybody knows, but Dolph, or DaNae Dolph, he runs the studio over on Versailles Road. Shout out to my dude. He's one of our newest additions to the team as well. We went through many producers, but it's all about being able to keep up. It's all about being able to stay with it, because people can say all day, oh yeah, I want to come make music with you. Oh, I want to come do this with you. They see me because we went through 2 home studios now. We're on the best one, and I brought people in who said they could do stuff, but they'll sit there and look clueless. And I'm just sitting there like, what you doing? I'll end up taking over and making the song from them. Like, you said you was going to do this, I end up making the whole song. So it's all about the people who are actually serious and devoted. And so far, like I said, we got a good 4 or 5 people that we're rocking with right now.
I feel that. So you looking to just keep expanding the team, or are you going to kind of stick with them for right now?
Right now, because of the fact that, like I said, it's so hard to find somebody that's actually dedicated. And the fact is, we aren't just trap and hip-hop. Like, we DJ too. We do EDM, house, trap, hip hop, psychedelic, all of that.
Multi-genre.
Yeah. So right now the group that we have is very level to be able to hit every aspect that I want. Like even working with DaNae, I learned new genre, like basically a new style when it came to her. Cause the biggest challenge with her, she wanted me to make a song with no snare, barely let me put a kick on it, put a hi-hat. So I'm sitting there learning
It's straight
new
just
genre.
instrumentation, no percussion.
Yeah. So, but it's fun though, cause because all my music's trippy. You can listen to it as an instrumental, listen to it as something to freestyle to, but mainly it's for if you smoking, need to chill out, you can put my music on and vibe out to it. That's where me and her, because all of her songs, you can vibe out to all of hers. And that's what I like about it.
So with you being in a, I'm not going to say less popular genre, just a different genre, as opposed to hip-hop and stuff like that, you know, like you said earlier, with hip-hop and R&B and like a couple other genres here, they kind of like really stand out. Do you look at that also as a challenge?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to open people up to different music when it's like almost like a grind. It's been instilled in their memory, instilled in the way they live, and you know, it's not something you want to take away, but you always want to add something. It's like spices to your pasta or something, you know. You don't just want regular oregano. You want maybe a little garlic,
spice it up a little
olive
bit.
oil. So it's definitely challenging to tell people to add something new to the dish, you know.
Yeah.
So it definitely is a little bit of a challenge there.
I feel that. Also, with you being in that genre, who are some other people that's kind of in that same genre that kind of inspire you, or artists that you kind of look up to?
So I guess the first one was what actually made me want to sing. Kathleen Battle, she's not only just an opera singer, but she also does like bossa, and it's like a fusion with jazz. And that was like kind of my core because I was a classical musician. And then I kind of leaned towards Image and Heat, who does a little more ambient, and then FKA Twigs, which is
Shout
pop.
Twigs.
I know, I love her.
I got some homies that's worked with her, and they got a nice little working relationship with her. So.
She's got a unique sound. Like, I love that.
It's very dope. You know, overseas in Europe, you know, that genre and that style of music is very popular. Have you thought about ever doing any press runs or anything like that, targeting, you know, like the Europe area or the UK or anything like that? Because, you know, that's like that's one of their more so main genres over there. So
it's one of my hopes to be able to expand that. Like, give me the plane ticket. Let's do that right now. But eventually, I'm hoping to just spread everywhere. But yes, Europe is pretty big in that, so it's kind of catches my eye.
All right, so let's bring it back local on a local standpoint. Are there any other local artists that you are looking forward to work with that you haven't had a chance to work with yet, or local artists that you just want to meet, be in the studio with, vibe out with?
Well, I usually do a lot of open mics around downtown, or not downtown, but everywhere in Lexington.
Okay.
So kind of like a Patchen Pub, Linus. I may have pronounced that wrong, so sorry, Linus. So basically open mics, I just go out and kind of reach hands and talk to different people. If anybody wants to work with me, you know, I'm open to that. But it's basically just meeting a whole bunch of people, and hopefully someone shows up and, hey, I like your sound. All right, let's work it.
That's dope. Especially with you being able to like get out and just meet people like that. A lot of artists here, they also, I've noticed a lot of artists, they focus on more so one aspect or the other, as far as a lot of artists either are fully in on the internet and you really don't get to see them out as much, or you have a lot of artists that's out here really shaking hands and stuff like that, and meeting people on the physical aspect. You know, you look them up on the computer, it's not a big body of work. They might have like a few things here and there. Has that ever been like a concern of yours, to try to like balance the two, trying to find the balance?
Yes, online presence is actually a lot harder than I thought it was.
Oh yeah, of course. especially nowadays, because that's kind of like where everything's at right now.
Exactly, and it's at our fingertips. But in order to create what's at our fingertips, there's just so much that goes into it.
Yeah.
So like, I first started out, I released a single last year, and I put a music video on YouTube. But like, since I didn't have a presence on basically Facebook and Instagram, it wasn't so big, so I had to expand my Instagram a little bit. It's not like 10K, but you know, like, you have to start somewhere, and it's always hard to reach around because there's so many platforms, and so finding the right one might be a big hit one day, and then the next year it's no longer on anybody's phone.
That's especially nowadays, like you really see that a lot now because there's so much content being pushed out by so many different artists. It's one day you're hot, the next day you're not. So it's very it's very hard to kind of really find something that's going to stick. You know, we get like, there's certain artists that you see, they kind of like make it out of that little 3-year run or whatever, and those are the ones we kind of look at as more so kind of like the OGs or like the I don't know, I call them just lifetime artists that'll always be able to, you'll be able to go back to their music at any point in life, at any time they'll still be relevant. Do you look at that as being a goal for you, as well as being able to make something that's going to be able to last a lifetime?
I hope so. I look forward to whatever sci-fi audio player someone in 2054 is going to have, and they're like, and they've got like the little flashing blue lights, and like, that's DaNae. That's 2017, 2018. So crossing fingers we make it that far.
Of course. In your eyes, what would you say makes an artist a long-lasting artist? What are some like criteria that you feel like it takes to be a legend in the music game? Practice.
Lyrics.
Okay.
Some of it's kind of odd because as time goes on, there's a lot of less thought on lyrics, but you'll notice that people who are legends now, anybody can just snap their fingers. So I know exactly that chorus, exactly that verse, and just the power of the lyrics are what makes the artist stand out.
I feel that. So with your personal music, what are some things that you have to offer in your personal music that you feel like is kind of missing from the music industry right now?
A message. We're in technology, so there's this instant gratification in sound and in messages that are just, it's one worded and that's it. And my music kind of brings people to think. I want people to enjoy music, and I don't want them to think they're at a political assembly. But I also want people to think and enjoy it as well. So one day where they're a deep thought, they're thinking about the lyrics, and the next they're like, I'm supposed to chill and relax to it. So I kind of I want to bring that back, and there's more of that.
Of course. So real quick, we're gonna go ahead and get into one of your new tracks. We're gonna get into, I guess, Too Endless. Go ahead and kind of give us a little brief background about this track, and kind of like what was it like working on this track, and where was you at mentally in this track?
So Justin was fantastic. We were working on this, and we sat with Tyler also.
We sat with Tico.
And we were working on it, and Tyler began playing on the piano, and then I was like, wait, I like that. And then I kind of came in, and then Justin was like, what about this beat? And then all of a sudden, all three of us just fused, and it just was amazing. And then I was writing lyrics to it, and I felt it. And
actually, at the moment, you had a certain chord structure that you wanted, and we were working with difficulties because my keyboard wouldn't record it. So I'm sitting there having to type it in as they're playing it, and just keep on going down, and then changing the instrumentation up as we went, because we were using purity. We didn't know we wanted violins and trumpets. We didn't know we wanted a horn section, so we just kept playing around and doing all this. Like, my thing is, we got shit equipment. We work with what we're given.
Of course.
So with that, we would just work with the accidents, we rode with it, and this beautiful piece of art came out of it.
Alright, so look, here we go. We got to get into one of our new tracks of the day. Too Endless, DaNae Winters. Make sure that y'all getting in the comments section on both the Facebook Live video and on the YouTube video. Let us know what y'all think about this, and hopefully we can head this into the countdown. So let's get it. You got it muted?
Yep.
Alright, I'm still hearing like a hissing noise, and I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know where it's coming from.
Maybe you got a cat in the wall.
Huh?
Maybe you got a cat in the wall.
Hopefully not. Just sit here until he's coming back to this live video. I was gonna say, when we go to music breaks, turn the speakers up. That way they can, what you call it.
Well,
Hell, you writing down for?
he can't talk. His voice is going out.
Nigga, this is gonna be comedy.
It's on the way, so something's wrong.
No.
Aww.
better use your keyboard.
I'm not
Aww.
be quiet.
Yeah, keep your notepad. I told you about eating that.
It started last week when we got back from the dojo.
Oh, Lord.
I said, damn, what's what the fuck going on with my voice? Then I got home, I said, ah, goddamn, I'm for real.
Oh, Lord. Show her how to turn it up over.
I did from
No.
the keyboard.
With the volume up.
Keyboard, not from there. From the keyboard.
I mean, you're going to have to turn up both of them. No, I'm trying to make sure that they hear it on YouTube joint because YouTube don't have audio ran into the mixer.
Yeah.
We just started going live from YouTube this week, so we're working on the platform and building that up right now.
So what you just woke up and talk?
All right, y'all, we are back. Go ahead and turn this back down. All right, y'all, like I said, y'all, we are back. That right there was Too Endless. So, all right, so after listening to that, I definitely see what you mean as far as it's a different vibe for sure. So how would a hip-hop artist be able to contact you, or another artist from another genre be able to contact you and you all work on the song? Would you prefer to be in the studio working with them, or would you prefer to do the email, send the verse, and all this, that, and the other?
Well, if the opportunity arose to travel to them or them to me, it'd be awesome, because in studio and face-to-face in person, you get to see everybody's emotion. It's more personal, and I like that sort of one-on-one. Our minds are bouncing off of each other, and there's a connection there. If it has to be by email, I won't mind, but I do kind of like that.
You like that personal, hands-on feel?
Shake the hand, know the musician, find out the musical soul of that person.
Plus, you can really tweak some music when everybody's there rather than make a change and wait for their feedback to come, which can come days later, and you can do everything quicker rather than spot.
That's what I try to tell a lot of artists. I feel like a lot of artists are missing the concept of I know everybody says patient and all this other stuff, but you only are in a mood for so long. So the way that you're feeling when you first create that track may not be the way that you're going to be feeling a couple of days later when you go back to make some edits and things like that. So it may not come out like how you originally had envisioned it to be. Kind of describe the studio setting when you are in the studio. Like, what's the setting like? Do you prefer to have a large audience in the booth with you, or do you prefer to work solo by yourself, just you, the engineer and the producer, or how do you like to work?
Me, the engineer and the producer, the less, I guess you want to say, noise in the noise, the better. You get to think straightforward, you get to communicate a lot better. There's a lot less distraction, and you get better music with less distraction.
Of course. Now, you said you've done open mics, so you've definitely performed in front of crowds before. Do you still get like kind of pre-game jitters before you go to perform, or now are you just kind of like, oh, this is routine, let's do it?
The funny thing is to get rid of the singer's jitters, because before I played piano and I would have to do like little concerts and stuff in front of judges, and we got judged on that, and it was a statewide sort of thing. When I became singing, it was completely different, because I'm no longer hiding behind the piano, and I can't like look down at my hands. I have to face the audience. So what I did was I went to karaoke, and it's kind of my if everyone wants to learn how to sing without being jittery, go to karaoke. Do not drink. You're not allowed to drink. Just go to karaoke. You belt out those songs until you just go up there every single time, and you're like, I'm confident without anything. I'm confident I can do this, and then you just translate to open mic.
That's all right. So when you do your open mics, do you do covers as well, or do you do all originals?
Mostly originals. I have this thing against doing a lot of covers, just because I'm worried that it'll take up so much of my time that I won't be able to say this is the original. But sometimes I do covers. I like to do a lot of jazz covers. And
That's dope. It's kind of refreshing to see a artist a little different outside of just the hip hop aspect of things, just the normal R&B aspect of things. Like I said, it's definitely different vibe with you and your music. So with that being said, Are there any specific locations on the map that you feel would be better for your genre of music?
That is a tough question. Considering the fact that I'm trying to open as many ears as possible, I can't, on the top of my head, think of any specific places just because as I travel, I just want to create this wave of just listen, you know? So, definitely, though, you were talking a little bit earlier about Europe, how the kind of my sound is there. Although that's, you know, it may not be tomorrow and it may not be the next month, but eventually, reaching where the sound is.
I feel that. Is there like a specific group of people or a certain audience that you prefer to target? Or do you just kind of like, when you create, you're just like, this is for the world to have?
It is for the world, but it's also for those who listen. In one of my tracks, it talks about how there is too much media and people love drama. And then one of my lines says, how can we learn if we don't listen? How can we learn if we're not taught?
Yeah.
And so my music is for people that will open their ears and will listen. It also lessons of teaching, but it's more for those who will listen and are willing to listen.
I feel that. So real quick, we're gonna actually get into another break. We gotta keep the countdown going. We're actually about to get into our number 8 slot. My man's 34 Young Cash. When we come back, we're gonna actually get into our question of the day, and then we're gonna jump back into the interview some more with DaNae Winters. Anybody that has a question or anything like that, the call-in line is open. So make sure that y'all hit the call-in line 859-654-7975. Once again, the number is 859-654-7975. Go ahead and call in if you have any questions for myself or DaNae, or if you have any questions for my man Justin over here, or just a general question or anything like that. So the number 8 slot, 34 Young Cash with females. Let's get it. It's Grind and Shine Radio. Stay tuned. So your mic, you can put your mic up a little bit because it's a little lower. So yeah, you can just kind of.
Where's the bathroom?
Oh,
Y'all got one?
our bathroom's out of order right now. Yeah,
I just want to look in the mirror.
Oh,
You wanna be
we
real?
go in there and go look at the mirror, whatever. Our pipes have busted and shit. So, yeah, after the pipes have busted, he's been trying to, our landlord's been trying to like redo some shit to where they won't bust and stuff. So.
Flooding is hard.
Yeah.
Especially if you worry about like flooding someone's house. Gosh.
You got the whole downstairs area down there being a bar. So it's kind of interesting, like how the whole plumbing structure is. This building's a little different than normal.
Are you looking with somebody in the federal services game? I saw you had
I'm in Slaughter. I'm in Slaughter. We got a show Saturday at Kennesaw State in Georgia.
Are y'all going to that still?
Yeah, it's supposed to. Supposed to leave us Saturday at 11 a.m.
How'd you meet them?
I'm in street shit.
Where you at?
Street shit, bro. I'm gonna tell you the honest truth, bro. Music shit, bro.
Okay,
Shit, bro. In the industry, bro. It's more so people.
You
It's
can't
more
copy
so you got to know the people. It's not a game of what you know.
Okay, just put it in.
It's literally the same thing with
That's what I told her. I was like, well, I know Key.
bro, like the thing is like nowadays having quality, you can buy quality. So quality is not what if the nigga thinks they're gonna sign off pure talent, they might as well forget it. It's more so now you gotta have money. You gotta have money, you gotta be able to get to the places where those people are at, to be able to meet those places, meet those people. Now, with me, for example, being down there in the A, there's a lot of street shit going on down there. Even the artists you wouldn't think are on the street shit, they see the most street fucking artists you ever meet. Like these niggas is not, this rap shit, bro, it's like fucking, it's a hobby. Niggas is making money out of these streets, so it's like music shit is just something they do just to kind of more so cover up. So like Savage, for example, nigga fuck around, came up on 50 bands, fuck it, I'm gonna do this music shit, put some money in the music. Red Ops took off, but before that he had the whole hood behind him because niggas knew him in the hood. So it's like I said, it's like it's who you know. More people that know you, more people gonna support you. With us being here in Lexington, it's kind of a shitty situation.
All my
But
business is going on. I talk to everybody in other states. I know Lexington is going to be nothing.
I mean, Lexington we'll have our time.
But that's my goal, because I got my project working on being like a DJ drama style and all these local artists and their stuff. Hoping that sparks something.
Just you know. All right, y'all, we are back. And right there is my man's 34 Young Cash with females. Make sure y'all are also letting us know what y'all think about that. And let us know if y'all want to see that move up on the countdown as well. 34 Young Cash's project is out right now on Spinrilla on the front page. Make sure y'all go check it out. 34 Young Bart. Dope cover art, by the way. Shout out to my man's 34 Young Cash. We'll actually have an interview with him coming up very soon, which also reminds me, so I can give y'all the rest of this week's schedule. Tomorrow, we have another special guest coming through. We got my man DJ Honest A. He's going to be coming through all the way from Louisville. Friday, who do I have Friday? You know,
Michaela?
that's right. I got Michaela. I got a professional model. So, you know, we back. We getting the models through here again. She's coming from the Louisville, Indiana area as well. So that's going to be dope to hear from her and see what the model scene's like as well. Saturday, as y'all heard me mention before earlier this week, Saturday I will be live at Kennesaw State down there in Georgia. So if you are in the Atlanta, Kennesaw area, make sure that y'all definitely pull up to that. It's going to be the whole Slaughter Gang. It's Slaughter Gang Takeover. So shout out to KSU for booking us, man. 21 Gang Uno, 21 Gang Kendall, PD Escobar. We got a very special guest that we're going to bring out on stage with us as well. Like I said, the whole Slaughter Gang is going to be in the building, so this is definitely an event that y'all don't want to miss. And what's better is if you are 21 and up, it's free. So shout out to the students, man. We definitely going to come through, turn it up one time. If you're 18 and under, it's $5 at the door. So make sure y'all get there early because this will sell out. We also going to be doing some interviews. I got an interview with No Plug coming up, so we're going to get to hear from No Plug. We're going to get to also hear from my man's Young Nudie. We got a lot of interviews, a lot of big interviews on the way, so make sure that y'all definitely stay in tune for that. Follow us on social media at We Grind to Shine on Instagram and Twitter. Make sure y'all subscribe to our YouTube channel, Grind to Shine Radio. Damn, I feel like I'm forgetting something. Facebook, you can search us on Facebook at grindtoshineradio.com. Our page will be verified here very soon. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming up for Grind to Shine. I also got a huge announcement coming up. I was gonna announce it last week. I'm gonna wait because I don't think y'all ready for it just yet. I'm gonna do this big. I'm gonna make sure this is something game changing for you. But I got something on the way, so y'all just stay tuned for that. Now, like I said, today's question of the day. Today's question of the day is a little interesting. It was actually one of my homegirls on the gram. She does question of the days as well on her Instagram. And I said, she got a lot of feedback on it, so I'm going to see what we get. She asked, who is more emotional, men or women? And I thought about this. I really took some time and thought about this. And I was like, hold up. At first I was like, man, I ain't no fucking emotional ass nigga, nothing like that. Then I thought about it and I was like, actually, nigga, I am kind of low-key emotional sometimes.
Size and emotion.
Yeah, I'm a little low-key emotional sometimes. But I don't know. Y'all go ahead, get in the comment section on the Facebook Live and get in the comments on the YouTube Live. Let us know, man, who do y'all think is more emotional, men or women? DaNae, what's your opinion on that?
I'm not to sound sexist, but I actually do think it's men. But they're not as apparent. They're sneaky about it. They're sneaky about being emotional. Women just kind of lay it out on the table, and the face is a face, and the emotions are emotions. But I think men go behind a door and they're like, you know.
I think what it is, I can speak for myself. I can't speak for every man, but I know for myself, my emotions are half from life experiences. So it's like if I get put in certain situations, then it's like that triggers some type of emotion in me, and it's like I'll see a whole nother side of myself that I ain't even know I had or whatever. So it's like, it's definitely, I feel like men are more so affected by life experience as well, whereas women, it's more so things they know, just certain things. Like it's common, like with a woman, like fellas know what type of shit sets y'all off. Like it's fucked up because guys sometimes still do shit just to piss y'all off sometimes. Sometimes guys will definitely do shit just to piss y'all off, but it's weird though seeing that.
Come through, bro.
I don't know. It's an interesting question. Like I said, I'm interested to see what type of answers we're gonna get back on that. So make sure y'all getting that as young. Y'all can also tweet us on Twitter at We Grind to Shine. Let us know what your thoughts is on that as well on our Twitter. Justin, what you think, men or women?
Honestly, it's a 50-50. It all depends on the type of emotion we talk about. Because men want to show pride and confidence. They're going to show that emotion, because that's an emotion too. Or they're going to show their emotions and everything too. So you can't really determine who's more emotional. It all depends on the person and what they've been through.
Of course, yeah. It's definitely one of the things you gotta look at what you've been through in person. I feel like just everybody goes through so much nowadays, so I don't know. It's definitely a fair game question. All right, so back to the music. Now, DaNae, another thing I always ask R&B artists is, especially here in Lexington, I've noticed in Louisville, I feel like Louisville has a little more R&B artists and just more vocalists in Louisville. Here, we have a lot of rappers and stuff here. Do you look at that being a challenge as well? Seeing that, we have very few female artists already. So you already got that. And then on top of it, you're doing a different genre that's not as popular. So how do you feel about that?
It all piles up. But yes, I do notice there's not a lot of female vocalists in that area. I find that I like a challenge, but I do find that I do drown in a sea a little bit, and I kind of find myself swimming up to the surface to figure out if I'm gonna make it or not. But I like challenges, and I'll definitely keep challenging myself till I can't sing anymore.
I feel that. At any point so far in your career, have you ever kind of felt a little discouraged or anything? Like, man, I don't know, I need a break from this, or I'm just gonna give it up?
Well, when I first started, I was so motivated and so positive that I couldn't see realistically where I was vocally. And so that's kind of bad, because you're blinded into what your actual talent is. But as the years came on, I got my voice, I got basically who I was as a singer, and I found that voice, and so eventually I realized definitely.
He's a dope producer, engineer. I'm glad we worked with him, because like I said, the honesty is best.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.